Luke Shaw's the messy
Is
bottom.
this thing on? Bitch, don't show up.
Hello, everyone. It is that time of week. We are here for you to dissect and digest, I guess, the week's news in pop culture, politics, celebrity, and all of the good stuff. We are UCR live today. I have the motley crew, the awesome foursome, simply some of the best people. Some of the best people you'll ever meet. We have to start out. We have to start out with the honest question, Christina. How are you today?
I'm great.
So, any updates on the eye?
Yeah, it's healing. My eye doctor said to not wear an eye patch, but I'm gonna do that anyway, just for like the sake of the show. And it's like he said that my body overreacted to this dye, so it just flipped out. I go, well, that's typical of my body, so it's fine. But yeah, it's fine. It doesn't hurt. He gave me like an ointment and an antibiotic, so it'll go away in a couple of weeks. He said. I go, couple weeks. I go, do you have an eye patch? He goes, no, I don't recommend an eye patch. He goes, you may scratch your eye. I do a live show. I go, I gotta go out in public. I gotta work. Like, what the fuck? Like, he's like, well, you can go get one. I don't have one laying around. I'm like, fine, whatever. Like, I'll go buy one. So I feel like I should bedazzle it or something though. It needs gems, right?
Uncensored radio.
Yeah, where UCR.
Very Madonna. Madonna had that eye patch going. Remember?
Yep.
Yeah, oh man.
Yeah.
Well,
Get some jewels,
Yeah.
put it around, and then get some white chalk marker and write
Yes.
Uncensored radio in there. Fuck
yes, I will. Don't worry. I have a Cricut. I can make it work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it work.
It's behind me. My magenta box.
She will bedazzle the shit out of her eye patch. It's gonna be amazing.
Next week you'll be blown the fuck away. You'll be like,
We all want one. Arr.
yeah, I'll send you one. Yeah, it'll become a fucking business, a lucrative business. Like I said, there'll be role play this weekend. You'll see.
Eye patch.
Yeah. Once the role playing gets into play, forget it. It'll all be over. Like I said, shiver me timbers. Yeah, I just.
Jeffrey, how are your
Dick-shaped
timbers this week? Are your shivers timbered, or are your timbers shivered this week?
Yeah, I'm shimbering me timbers. It's freaking cold as shit. It's the 2 weeks of winter before I go up to the tundra. So I'm just tax time, trying to get taxes situated and getting ready to go back up to nuclear winter in New York. So yay! Woo, I'm so excited.
You're lucky you didn't come up this weekend. It's supposed to be 2 degrees.
Oh, and if you around Scranton, Pennsylvania, May 13th, come see me at the Scranton Comedy Club. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Jeffrey Emmett is making a return to stand up. I don't know if anyone is ready. Scranton, you ain't ready.
No.
Scranton ain't ready, y'all.
They ain't.
And how is the vivacious Vera today?
Well, shiver me timbers. The wind chill is -20 Fahrenheit.
Oh,
Schools are already closed for tomorrow.
Yeah, I heard that.
lucky kids.
Oh, yeah, they
Buses,
closed them at
freezing
3 o'clock.
Hmm?
3 o'clock, they closed them. I
Yeah.
got the phone call.
Yeah.
You
Like your
wasn't
kids were
playing.
gonna go.
Yeah. Jeffrey's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was going to send them tomorrow.
Yeah, sure was. Yep.
That's a long commute.
They're on that new medication and they've just not had a great week. So I'm like, oh, if they were caught up, they could have had a snow day tomorrow. But
Which medication did they end up on?
that one I was on that was going to make me skinny.
Yeah.
Oh God!
doing
So
shit.
am I going to get a phone call again tomorrow and be like, It's school time.
Did you get one today?
No, it was a couple of weeks. It was a couple of weeks ago. I got FaceTimed into the situation. What's that? Okay.
You deal with that.
Yeah.
Discipline Jeff's children from 1,000 miles away.
I could. I'd give it a red hot go. Like, you know, I don't mind the challenge. I'm all about that. Like.
Tyler's just like, Steven's this. This is Steven.
Oh my God.
He didn't. I'm just kidding.
Oh
He
my
wouldn't
God.
do that. He's a lovely boy.
Jeff
He
will
just
ship
goes like
them
this
to
every
you.
time I say something. No, he gets shocked every time I say something. He's like, yeah, that's right. It comes out of my mouth. I'm shocked
And how
about
old
it
is he?
too. Funny that.
And Steven, what about you? What funeral
What's
home
your
are you
week
What
at?
about me?
Yeah,
What
what's
I am
going on?
I'm in 1924. In case you haven't. No, I am doing some puppy sitting duties for a friend of the show and one of my other bosses, Miss Anne of Anne and Renata Ghost Grannies
darling.
fame. So she's actually going on a holiday.
Like
Shock
a real
horror.
holiday, not a ghost.
A real
hunting
holiday. She's getting on, her and her husband are getting on a cruise ship and they are going. They are off
Ooh.
today. So Anne,
Nice.
if you see this, bon voyage. Have a
Safe trip.
happy time. But
Is she
it
going
also-
on a haunted cruise ship?
no, I
Or
don't
just-
know. It could be by the end of it. Who knows? But there is a little bit of exciting news to that as well. So because she is going to be absent, I have been asked to fill in for her while she is away with the lovely Miss Renata Daniel on their radio show, Spooky Sundays.
Ooh.
So I'll put more information up so you can listen to it worldwide. It is on the Newcastle Live app, which is you can just get on your phone or you can stream it live. And we're going to be live on Sunday night, so it'll be Saturday afternoon for you guys.
Yep.
You can tune in and check us out. You can even text message us. It's going to be amazing. I've got some
Cool.
songs picked. I got stories picked. It's going to be a good time. I've got
Oh,
something
look
that's
at
going to
you.
it's going to shock Renata to the core, which I've been told to do. So, I've got to keep her on her toes while Anne's away. So
Oh, I want the
That's
number.
my-
I want to call in. Do you take calls?
Oh, I'm
we
texting.
take texts. We definitely take texts. We don't take calls. Sadly.
I would have gladly
Yes,
paid that phone bill.
Be like, hey, girl.
I'd have been like, girl, listen.
It still just boggles my mind that like anybody wants to take a vacation away from Australia. Like they went on a cruise, they live in Australia. Like, why would you?
Pretty warm here. It's pretty warm here at the moment.
They
So
have
Pretty cold
killers
here.
animals and shit.
I
It
Yeah,
really
killer
have a
animal.
wool
We're-
blanket.
Australia.
What? Why can't the birds? They dive bomb you and they attack.
Who
Yeah,
gives a
sure.
shit?
Freaking,
It's Australia.
The things
You end
that
up in
want
my
to
patch.
kill you in Australia outnumber the things that want to like you.
Kangaroos
Yeah.
kick the shit out of you just on the
Only
side
if
of the
you bother
road.
them. Like, only if you bother
Even the
them.
koalas
The
will give you some
spiders
finger.
are this fucking big.
Yeah. Spiders, snakes, poisonous
Bats. They got
jellyfish,
bats. They call them
Luke.
flying foxes.
Luke.
Brook. Like it's pretty dangerous over here, guys.
Yeah, it is.
Brooke.
I thought
Alright.
Luke only wanted
You're
to
right.
kill Luke, and Luke only wanted to
That's
kill Brooke.
Vice versa. Let's jump
Aw.
into this week's news, ladies and gentlemen. Cover your eyes, close your orifices, and don't get pregnant, because it's this week.
Hot load of hot topics.
So glad we can
Another
include
hot load.
Katrina every week. I love including Katrina in the show. She's like, we'll get a cease and desist one day. It'll be cute for us, but that's okay.
Jeff
Look,
won't.
it's work she don't have to do. She's all good.
Jeff
All right,
won't.
let's start off. We've had some deaths this week. It's been a couple of weeks since we didn't have any deaths, but there's been some notable deaths. First of all, TV's original Wednesday Addams has passed away.
Oh, no.
I think it's pretty sad that she didn't like. I would have thought that they would have tried to get her on the Netflix show in some way,
She's
just like
pretty young,
Yeah.
wasn't she?
in a
Did she have
cameo.
something?
Yeah, she wasn't.
Yeah.
67?
She was not old.
Was it?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
think it was
just double check that.
67.
67?
Yeah,
Yeah,
at least
wasn't it?
64. No, 64. So even
64.
younger. Ah,
That's not old at all. I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Like, that's
TikTok
not old at
V.
all. Like,
TikTok V.
it's just crazy that
Would
this
you
COVID
guys
shot
miss
could
me
do
if
this
I
to
died?
people.
Oh, calm down. Donald Trump down the bottom there. I heard that. I heard that one. This
I'm
COVID
kidding, I'm
shot can
kidding.
feel me. Where did that come from?
I was kidding. That was a bad joke. It was a bad. It really was.
It's always it always amazes me that the Addams Family only ran for 2 years. Like, it's one of those shows that you think that there's 974 episodes of, but it's 2
Yeah.
seasons.
But
of the
seasons
show.
were a lot longer back then. Seasons were like 30
Yeah, but
episodes.
It's
They
just
ran from
wow,
like September to May.
So yeah, she had complications from a stroke. When that was her cause of death. So rest in peace, original Wednesday Addams.
Yeah.
That's a bit sad. Also, another one that kind of hit a bit hard. Oh, Schlemiel.
I know. Schlemazel.
Schmazel.
Right.
Oh.
Has never incorporated. Cindy Williams, who played Shirley Feeney of Laverne and Shirley,
I was surprised that
has also
she
passed
was
away.
only 74.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought she would have been in her 80s. I was like, shit, she was young. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
I think it always
she was on the
confused.
show. Was that like 20, 19?
I think Happy Days always confuses people because it was set in the past, and we think it's an older show than it is. You know what I mean? Like, you go, oh, Happy Days. That was like the 50s. It's like, no, wait, hold on. So they're not that old. They're not that old. You know what I mean?
Monday, Happy Days.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
Controversial
Happy
opinion.
Days.
Controversial
Tuesday,
opinion. Laverne and Shirley was a better show.
I love
I'm not arguing.
Laverne and Shirley.
Are you waiting for an
I
argument?
was obsessed. I mean, I wanted the L. I wanted my
that
name.
last season was real
Like,
rough.
I would always use when it comes to the last season when one of them's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore.
We're gonna do
Yeah.
it. Give us any chance, we'll take it. Give us
All right,
any
here we go.
rule, we'll break
Here's
it.
another one. Here's another controversial opinion. Rhoda was better than Mary Tyler Moore.
Yes.
Ooh.
Well,
That's a good
you know what? I can't 100% go there.
It's
Mary
a hard
Tyler
tie.
Moore did break a lot of glass ceilings.
I just thought Rhoda was a funnier show.
Yes.
Rhoda
it
was
was
funny.
funnier. Yeah.
Rhoda
Yeah.
was funny.
Like
But-
you said, Mary Tyler Moore had like more serious moments, whereas Rhoda was like
Yeah.
a little bit more lighthearted.
Mm-hmm.
The
And
Hogan family
Mary
was
Tyler-
better after they killed off Valerie Harper.
You what?
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh.
Someone's given us a like about something. So whoever liked us, thank you. I would love to know what you liked.
Is that
So,
Anthony
please write in.
Sacco? Did he go
That
to
was my
Chick-fil-A
sister.
today?
did you eat some devil's chicken? Oh no,
And
sorry,
they go
God's
while
chicken.
he was
Isn't
at
it?
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby
Chick-fil-A,
Lobby, stuck
Hobby
it on the
Lobby.
dubby.
Yeah.
Just
Thinking
all of
about
the
Trump?
offensiveness.
Oh my God.
But it's so fun. Like, I was watching something else on TikTok today that had B. Arthur in it, and you're like, wow. Like, all of the Golden Girls are gone before a lot of the cast of Happy Days. But, like, you're like, they were old. Like they were old back in the day when, 40 was old age on television. And you're like, oh, you don't see 40-year-old women doing this kind of thing. I'm like,
You don't see 40-year-old women having sex.
well, you do in Sex in the City. That's like, you
I
know
was
what I mean?
like, they're
Sex in the
fucking
City was
50s.
after Golden Girls.
Yeah, I
And
know.
that was
That's what I
only
mean.
HBO, right?
And they were
That was
the
just
same.
HBO.
The thing is, they were the same age, and look at how everyone thinks the Golden Girls were these old women. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm 50.
Well,
It's like,
even like looking at it now, right? You would think, okay, maybe they're in their 60s or whatever, 70s. And it's like, no,
Yeah.
they were in there like the one was in their 40s and the rest of them were in their 50s.
Oh,
Like,
See, when I was a kid watching
believed
it,
she was
that's
in
what
the
I thought.
40s.
I thought that they were older 60-year-old women because my grandma I would watch with my grandma, like
yeah.
that's what I remember Golden Girls as. Like I would
Yeah.
watch it at my grandma's house all the time. Like, and I always thought that they were older women. I never would have assumed that they were playing a younger role. Like I guess
let's face
the
it,
funny jokes and
80s
stuff
fashion
didn't resonate.
wasn't nice to anyone. The 80s
Yeah.
fashion, you're like, oh, ouch.
Yeah, the shoulder
That's
pads
painful.
and everything. It was too much.
Lots of sequins. Like sequins in the 80s were a big
Yes,
thing.
drop waist.
Yeah.
Oh, the drop waist.
Ryan Coughlin in the house. Hello,
Hello.
Hey,
sir.
Ryan.
Oh, he just got a bragging about running. I can't wait. I'm going to shove a donut
he's
down
running.
his throat in a few weeks.
A run.
He's
Wow.
running. He's running with those shirtless pics. I see you, Ryan Coughlin. I see you.
He's got shirtless pics.
Oh, you need to pay more attention to Facebook, Jeffrey. So, generational trauma, I was going to say, but generational news. The original Ghostbusters, or the surviving cast members of original Ghostbusters, are looking like they will return in a more major role in the Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel. So, Sigourney, Dan, they're all there. Ernie,
Yeah.
Bill, they're all
Sigourney
there.
looks like a caricature.
Bill's
of
looking
herself.
old,
What's
dude.
wrong with Sigourney?
Yeah. Well, they are old. They're old. Like Sigourney's been working with James Cameron. That's what's happened to Sigourney. She's avatared herself to death. She's like, oh, I'm blue and I'm big enough a guy. Oh, here we go. My phone internet doesn't usually work at Planet Fitness. Last two shows I've been able to tune in while running. There we go.
Oh my god. I'm like,
Ah.
what the hell is PF? I was like, PF Chang's? It's like, why is he running a
PF Shanks, yeah. He's giving himself diarrhea. He's getting
Getting to the
skinny through
bathroom.
diarrhea.
Of course, the fat guy.
Diarrhea.
I'm like, I wouldn't know the initials for the gym. I'm like, why is he at the restaurant?
I'm guessing Planet Fitness. I don't know.
Planet
Is that a
Fitness?
Yeah, yeah,
I would
yeah.
assume.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, cool. It's a brand over here. That's good. All right, did you guys see the new Ghostbusters, the most recent one?
Yeah,
No.
Ghost
The
Tour.
one with
No,
Meg.
Afterlife.
all the
Afterlife
women?
with Paul Rudd. No, with Paul
Oh,
Rudd.
no.
yeah, it was good. The kids loved it.
It was good. That's good. I really want to watch it, but still, to this day, Ghostbusters 2 gives me the wig.
Why?
With Vigo the Carpathian. The painting.
Yeah.
It just freaks me out. I'm like, oh, I don't like that. Can't deal with that one.
Was that in
like
the Afterlife?
you would never expect it, right? I used to be such a scaredy cat when it came to movies. I couldn't watch the original Ghostbusters because the dogs on the roof scared the shit out of me. I ran screaming from the room. I was like, no! And now I watch horror movies and do ghost tours. But whatever.
I know. I had that. Like,
Look at you now.
At the beginning of Howard the Duck, in the very beginning, and they're like, there was Howard the Duck. I have to. I can't listen to that. Something about the voice or whatever. It freaks me out. I lose my shit. And then Unsolved Mysteries, the theme song. If I hear that,
Oh no!
I can't
Unsolved Mysteries gives me a little tingle in the spine. I go, ooh. And then
don't
Robert
put that
Stack
song near me.
Unsolved
I
Mysteries.
can't hear that jingle. My no.
No?
It's like Unsolved Mysteries the old one should be like the same. I can't remember whose joke this is, but it's very funny. Like the Lifetime Network, bad things happening to white women. That should just be the tagline. It's like, but if you watch every Lifetime movie, I'm like,
isn't that what 2020 is now?
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2020 is like murder, and her husband or boyfriend did it. And,
Or
oh,
she
my
did
husband
it.
cried.
That one that was near Auburn. She was the Black Widow. She was killing all her
Black Widow, she
ex-husbands.
killed like 4 husbands
And
before
then
they
she
caught
tried
her.
to kill her daughter.
Yeah.
She knew too much.
Yeah.
I actually worked with her sister-in-law.
Oh,
The sister-in-law of like the second husband.
Stacy something.
I don't remember what her name is. I don't even remember what my coworker's name was.
Norma
Norma.
doesn't even remember her name sometimes.
I
Norma
remember my
Jean.
name every day. Her name was
Norma
Norma.
Jean. Norma Jean. All right, I didn't watch it. Speaking of Norma Jean, I didn't watch it yet. But do you think she deserves the Razzie for
Who?
Blonde?
For the
Anna de Armas?
De Armas? I thought
Yeah.
she did a great job. I saw it. I watched it. I thought the movie sucked.
I don't know.
Who?
What
The movie sucked, but I thought she was great. From what I saw of it, the small clips
Yeah,
of
no,
it.
I thought she was
was like,
awesome.
Damn, bitch, she looked like her so
She
much.
looked like
it was
her. There were times when I swear she
disturbing.
was channeling her. But the movie
Look at
was
these two
so,
having a conversation.
I don't know.
I haven't seen the movie, and I really want. Like, I'm a bit of a Marilyn. I'm a bit
Blonde.
Marilyn
It's
Monroe,
called
Blonde
It's a
on
biopic
Netflix.
about Marilyn Monroe, and it's nominated for an Academy Award. Actually, De Armas is nominated for an Academy Award.
Oh
The
wait,
rest
did
of
I
the
watch
movie's
that?
not.
And she's also nominated for the Razzie.
It's 3.5
Did it come out a
hours.
while ago?
Yeah, it's been out for a while.
Oh, I think I might have watched that.
It's all in
I
black
thought
and
she
white.
was
I'm pretty
great.
sure.
I thought the movie wasn't.
So I'll just go
Well,
by
the
myself.
source
I've never seen
the
it.
source material,
I know.
isn't that great either. Like it's a
The Joyce
fictional
Carol Oates
account of
novel?
real life.
Well,
Yeah,
the Joyce Carol
it's
Oates
fiction.
novel. It's a fictionalized. It's a novel, you know. So who knows what's
Look,
true
I'm
and what's not?
Yeah, I don't think you need to fictionalize what happened to poor Marilyn. I think she's,
Well, I
when
don't
your
think
body
there's a
goes
lot of-
missing
didn't
for
see
like
this.
what? When
A
your
lot
body
of
goes
questions.
missing for 7 hours, it's like, hello, yep.
Tell me
A
more.
lot of
No, I
questions
want to see
that
this.
died with her. A lot of questions we'll never get the answers to.
We know. I think she might have cursed the Kennedys.
Well, maybe
and they
Anna
got everything
Renata
they
could
deserved.
bring her up on the ghost blower, and
I'll
see who-
talk to Renata tonight. We've got a
Ghost
we've got
blower.
Maybe
a talk
Brooke could
tonight.
reach
I'll
her.
talk to Renata. I'll be like, yo, hook us up with Mazza. But speaking of dead legends and celebrities, Michael Jackson's nephew, Jafar Jackson, will be playing Michael Jackson in the newly hyped biopic, Michael. Now, he is one of Jermaine Jackson's sons.
But he's not white.
Neither was Michael.
Neither was Michael.
Well, I understand that, but he was at the end. He was a white lady.
We
It
shall
was
see what
vitiligo.
happens.
I think it
Now-
changed characters.
With
and
Peter
everything.
Pan nose.
Now, let's talk about
I was gonna say that. No,
biopics in biopics
also
in
gonna
general
need a new
can be troublesome. This one is being funded and curated by the Jackson estate.
Ooh,
So it's going to be a very warm and fuzzy biopic.
yeah.
Yeah.
How do we feel about that?
I want the dirt. I want
I think we all
all
do.
the dirt, and that's not what you get. You know,
Yeah.
To be fair, I haven't seen the Whitney biopic either, but
Oh, I did.
I was very surprised that they even kind of entertained the whole same-sex relationship thing. I mean, it's one of like the
The
industry's
dirty
best known
secrets. Yeah.
secrets, but I'm surprised that that the family were like, yeah, go for it. That they didn't try and sue them or anything, because they are super religious. Like some of the stuff that even on TikTok now, you see like quotes from Whitney going, "No, that's disgusting," and then her mother like going, "I would have disowned." Her mother saying to Oprah, "I would have disowned Whitney if she was gay," and da 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 da. I'm like, she was, baby. That's the
But
whole
here's
problem.
the thing: like
Yeah.
they want their money, right? The only way the movie's going to make money is if you start being honest and humanize these people. So
Yeah.
I think if they want to do something new with Michael Jackson, the way to do this is to actually dive into his problems, right? Like go into what these cases did to him, what the being set on fire in what was it, 84 did to him, and how that started the drug addiction. And what the changing
I've been
of
on
the
fire
skin
3
tone.
different times, and it didn't start any drug addiction for me.
Well,
I wonder if it was- wait.
Major Burns.
Was it?
That's true.
It was Pepsi, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
the Pepsi commercial.
Pepsi.
I wonder if he ever drank-
see They have.
I wonder. Yeah, you can see the video. Yeah,
it's horrific.
I wonder if he ever drank Pepsi again after that, or if it's like a
Wait,
trigger
what?
thing.
He caught
Yeah.
fire during they were filming a
Pepsi commercial.
So that's
And they
why
had
after
these,
They let off.
Roman
So they let
candles
off
behind him.
pyrotechnics,
Yep.
and his hair caught on fire because of all the product and everything. His hair, he had like third-degree burns in the back of his head and scalp.
I've
Yeah.
never
So
heard this.
that's why he always wore wigs after that, like the long straight.
And that was
black
the
hair.
start of his drug. That was the start of his drug problem because he got hooked on prescription pills.
And like I
and
feel like after
painkillers.
that was kind of he became more. His skin tone got lighter and lighter and lighter after that.
It's bleaching. Yeah. Wow. That's
So
crazy.
I mean, it's shitty as that joke was. I shouldn't.
I didn't know
She's
that.
a puppy. She's a little baby. She
I
doesn't
didn't
know
know
this
this
stuff.
shit.
She doesn't know.
I
We've got
just
so much to
it's
tell
so
you about.
weird. I was just watching something again about him and like a thing, and I still think everybody should watch Square One. It was another documentary done by an independent person who felt that Finding Neverland or whatever the fuck it's called was
Too
one-sided. And
Yes.
they showed parts that were edited and kind of put in that were made to mislead you. And they just put in some things that explain stuff and why they did things the way they did. And I thought it gave a fairer. Yeah. Where I think it's still like, whatever. And again, though, all of this shit for all of us is unknowable.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, he was acquitted. So
that's why we're still talking about it though, because it is so unknowable. We're like,
right.
That's why these things go down in history, like Marilyn Monroe, like
right,
Titanic, like Jack the Ripper. These things that have so much mystery behind them that build up their own whole universe of possibilities. That's why people are so interested in it. Serial killers, like Dharma, like we were talking about during the week. This is why that stuff is so prevalent in society. It's like we have to find a way to dream about weird and different stuff to escape the mundanity of life.
Right, but somebody being accused of something and it ruining their life versus being a murderer like Dahmer, like two very, very different things.
But still, you want to know because people idolize these people. They want to know if the person on their bedroom wall when they were a teenager was, what's going on.
A serial killer,
for sure.
A serial killer, a rapist, all that kind of thing. There has been some very interesting news come out over the last couple of hours as well. We did a story about this week on Marilyn Manson and him being a creeper and having grooming charges laid at him from, I think she was 14 at the time, and that she's only come forward with it now. There was a comment that I don't know if I really love on our page about why come forward 28 years later. It's like, well, you don't know.
You know what? But that comes up all the time. If somebody's a child and they don't have the language till they're adult, all sorts of people will rally against the victim. It's a form of victim shaming. It happens all the time. And say things like, why'd you wait 40 years?
Especially with all of this, money and record labels and all. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes there with,
right.
We'll pay you to keep quiet or we'll make sure you keep quiet.
Yeah.
Hollywood is not the dream that it's portrayed to be. There is plenty of shady dealings that go on there.
Well, and something that happens to you at 14, there's things that happened to me at 18 and 19 that I didn't understand what they were until I was well into my 30s going into therapy, and I'm like, oh my God, that was the soul. Like I wasn't okay. You know what I mean? Like I was saying
I get
it. And that happens still. And what that actually, you know what I mean? And the fact that I didn't even really register it as what it was until years later. You think, oh, what the fuck? Why? Because you don't. You
don't have context. You don't know.
You don't have context. You don't have the language. and you don't have the experience. I mean, I find I'm fucking older than dirt, and I still processing shit from my childhood. You know what I mean? You know,
Older than
especially
dirt.
now that Smothers dead, it's like all comes back to you and like, oh,
Yeah.
and yeah, you got to process it in your current filter. But we didn't know our mother was crazy. We didn't have the language to say mom's got mental health issues. We didn't have the language to say, you know, she's really abusive to us, even though she didn't hit us. You know, we never had that language. But now as an adult, I have that language, and memories come back little by little as you're remembering things with your sister, as you're going through her house and finding shit that brings up a memory that's 40 years old and going, oh my God, she was an asshole. You know?
But so the latest one is Steven Tyler.
Oh,
I
see,
saw it.
you
I
see her
didn't
in-
read
The
it.
last
What?
couple of hours.
Read it about. Do you have more information? Because I saw. The
I haven't
headline,
done that.
I didn't read it.
I literally only saw the headline before we went live. So I think a lot of people are going to go, it was the 70s. That's not an excuse. I know that.
It's not an excuse.
Everyone's like
Yeah.
child brides and whatnot. Like
Makes
everyone
me
loves
so sad.
everyone loves Elvis, but he did marry a child. Let's be honest.
Yes,
you
he
know,
did.
like, yeah, he could be your king as much as you like, but he did marry a child.
Well, I mean, there is. The 50s. You know, I mean, my grandfather was 21. My grandmother was 15.
I'm old enough to remember people getting married in high school.
Yeah, I mean, it
God.
was
Yeah.
different in those days. It's not right. It's absolutely wrong, but it was a different thing.
My
Yeah, my
babysitter's-
uncle got married at 18.
My babysitter's best friend was married in high school, and she and her husband had an apartment and graduated from high school as a married couple.
Wow.
What?
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
nuts.
That's
that was
insane.
not abnormal then.
And a lot of
Right.
people, too, got married to get out of the situations they were in
Yeah.
at home.
Of course,
Yep.
of course, yeah.
You know?
Because there was no
And-
help.
You know, there really wasn't. Birth control was fairly new and fairly inaccessible. You know, so they were getting married because if they got pregnant, you know, they didn't want to.
It was over.
It was over, right?
Yeah.
It was over.
But a
well
married
and truly.
woman could get birth control, and a single girl couldn't. You know,
Right. Well, you
Mhm.
know, double standards. Double standards are prevalent even to this day. Let's look at one of our favorite people, Brittany, has spoken out about, you know, everything that's
absence?
going on. This is this is after the cops were called on her because she deleted her Instagram account, and her fans called LAPD to do a welfare check on her
oh my
because she
god,
she dared to delete her Instagram account. And as she says, this is as everyone knows, the police were called to my home based on some prank phone calls. I love and adore my fans, but this time things went a little too far and my privacy was invaded. The police never entered my home, and when they came to my gate, they quickly realized there was no issue and left immediately. I felt like I was being gaslit and bullied once the incident made it to the news and being portrayed once again in a poor and unfair light by the media. During this time in my life, I truly hope the public and my fans, who I care so much about, can respect my privacy moving forward. Oh, we've said it
Just
before,
leave
but
this girl alone.
yeah, Free Britney did some wonderful things, but this is not what
Her fans are
point
toxic as fuck.
They're just as crazy as she is.
Yeah, they're all like talking shit about Perez Hilton and Diane Sawyer and all these people who did all these interviews. But yet they're all on there spouting all these crazy ass conspiracies, talking all kinds of horrible shit about her husband. Dude, they're the biggest, fucking leave her alone. Stop speculating. Stop making shit up. Let the bitch live her life. What the fuck?
Do we know Timothy?
I don't.
Yes, he's my brother-in-law. Soon to be brother-in-law.
Oh. Oh, well. Boring.
Oh,
And that's my
man.
sister.
Hey, Melissa, what's going on?
I can tell you that couple that married in high school, they're both still alive. And they're still married, remarkably.
I can't imagine. But yeah, I feel like I'm a huge Britney fan. I've seen her twice. I went to Las Vegas to see her. Like I did the things. I have the albums. I got I literally bought the T-shirt.
Paid money to
But
watch somebody flip their hair.
I know when enough is enough, and you need to let her go. She has given enough to the world of her life and herself to the world. If she never wants to do anything again, she doesn't have to. She owes nobody anything, really. So just let the bitch go. Like, as I said, if she wants
She really
to spin
doesn't.
around for the rest of her life, she can spin around for the rest of her life. But just let her do what she wants to do.
Yeah.
Accept that people just need to accept that things end. Like, you know what I mean? People aren't at the top of their game forever. People have to fall and retire and do all that kind of thing.
And lots of people
Ozzy
walk away
Osbourne.
from fame.
Yeah, like Ozzy is being forced out of touring though because of that quad bike accident. Really fucked him over, didn't it?
Well, he can't
been
stand.
He's been doing
He
stem
can't
cell
stand long
treatment,
enough to
all that kind
perform.
of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Sharon and Ozzy are going back to TV as well now. They have a new reality show because they have moved back to the UK.
Oh,
So
they had a
Ozzy and-
reality show with Jack for a long time
Yeah,
about
the
paranormal
Osborne, the paranormal.
investigation. Yeah.
But they're doing their own show now. They've moved back to the UK, so Ozzy will be back in fine form. I mean, I just have no matter what that family does, I just have fond memories of the Osbornes. It's a very I don't know, the halcyon days of reality TV when we had the Simple Life and the Osborne.
Yeah, and they would like throw stuff
I've-
over the fence at their neighbors, like the
Poor
ham. And,
Sharon was a racist.
Before Sharon was a racist, and before that unfortunate incident with Paris's stepdaughter and all that kind of stuff, before Kathy Hilton got Lisa Rinna kicked off Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but whatever, all that kind of thing. Kathy, I still love you, but that was dicey. I still want to know who Hunky Dory is. I want to know who Hunky Dory is. It's okay. I still love you, Kathy. It's okay.
Who is
Dory?
Hunky Dory?
Who is Hunky Dory? Do you know what's
I don't
interesting?
know.
Jeffrey, did you see who's joined the cast of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? So Ada Fields has joined the cast of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She's an actress, but she's also the wife of British pop star Robbie Williams. And she's
I thought that was a rumor.
No. She's also a former friend of Crystal Minkoff.
I thought that was still a rumor.
No, it's pretty much there. Well, they start filming on Valentine's Day, so we will know who the cast is on Valentine's Day. They are filming. It's Lisa Vanderpump's coming back. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Good news, Dr. Phil is checking out for the final time. Dr. Phil.
Oh, but he's not.
what?
He did an
But
interview the other day. He's going to just do a show from home. He's moving back
Yeah,
to
but-
Houston.
He's not going to be.
Come on.
The show is. I can't. Every day that I see it, I'm like, how much do they pay these people to just come on and act badly? Some of these people, it's like it's
Yeah,
the
like,
modern
what
day
There was a
Jerry
woman
Springer.
from Auburn on there.
It's a free trip to LA.
Yeah.
There was
Did
a
you-
woman
all right,
from
so-
Auburn. Her children turned her in for being a hoarder.
Can we talk
Ooh.
about? I don't know if you guys ever saw the episode of these people that their daughter just went missing.
Dr. Chapey's wife.
Shut the fuck up!
There we go. Well, you can't. It's not really a secret. She's on Dr. Phil.
Yeah, exactly.
Why are we whispering?
I don't know.
Who's
was
one?
like-
Do we know this person?
Yeah, from
He's a local
Auburn.
dentist.
Oh, shit.
Or did she hoard teeth?
No,
Dental supplies.
no.
Did she have like little click, clickety, click, 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 click?
Well,
click
I don't know.
moment?
I have never been in their home, but the children were crying. The whole family was on the show.
Yeah. Yes, Melissa, they
The
did. And
Catch
whether
Me
that is a
Outside girl got
good,
famous. You're
whether
right.
that is a good thing or a bad thing,
right.
she's
Baddie,
rich.
right? Big baddie.
So whatever.
Funny.
Bad baby.
Bad
Catch me outside.
Bad baby.
Bad baby.
Bad
She look-
baby.
That is taking an
Bad
opportunity and running with it. And more power
Yeah,
to you,
yeah.
girlfriend. More power. Like that's ridiculous. The amount of
You
money
know what
that
I
girl
saw the
has.
other day about somebody like taking that, like something so small and turning it into something so big? Farrah Abrams from Teen Mom. Her mom made a rap video. Can you even believe it? A
I
fucking
have to look at
rap video. You have to find it. It's on fucking TikTok. This woman, I don't. When I saw it, I was like, "What the actual fuck?" And like the quote said, like, "What you do with money, like the power of money, like
that.
you can do
there's
whatever the
a
fuck you
couple
want."
of, like, what is her name? The I got bronchitis. She made
Oh, yeah, yeah,
$1
yeah.
million off of that.
Yeah.
You know,
Ain't
they
nobody
make
got
everybody
time for
up
that.
in here. That guy
They don't
made
got
$2
anybody
million
got
off
time
of
for that. Yeah.
People do
Ran out
amazing
with no
things.
shoes
With,
or nothing, Jesus.
yeah, people do amazing things with their fame, like Mr. Beast this week. This guy is next level. I think he's trying to be the next Oprah. He cured 1,000 people of blindness this week. For someone that did like internet pranks and giveaways, he paid for surgery for 1,000 people to cure their blindness. Because it's
Wow.
like,
Well, that's kind of cool.
wait, what? That is amazing. Like,
But is he the
look at
guy
it.
that goes around and gives money to homeless people?
He's one of them, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where are they
This is-
getting
this
these
is-
funds from?
Oh, this guy is loaded. He got over 100 million subscribers like last week or something like that, a couple of weeks ago.
So
Yeah.
where does
He
where's
is
the
a
money
single?
come from though? Like people just pay him like to do these things? Like
Well, you get in the creator
Sponsors,
fund,
all
right?
that kind of stuff.
You get in
Yeah,
the creator fund
sponsors
you
and
start to
creative
get
funds and all that kind of
residuals.
stuff. And then when you reach that level, I'm sure people like give you things for
but
Right.
he started doing this though. Like he started giving money away. Like
But he didn't start out like that. Is what we're saying. He has built
Ah.
his fan base up to this, to where he can do something that is
Well,
bettering
wasn't his first
mankind
video
as
like
opposed
he gave a homeless guy $100 and watched the homeless guy, followed the homeless guy as he gave the money away to other homeless people.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I think it's like people have an issue with him doing this. It's like, oh, that's exploiting people, and I'm like, well, what are you doing for people? Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing for 1,000 people that couldn't afford the operation? But like the thing that is prohibiting these people in a first world country is the cost.
yeah.
right?
You know, and someone who is doing something as like to many people as trivial as podcasting and creating content on the internet is actually doing more than the government or the healthcare system. That's
Yeah.
a big thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, helping people.
Yeah.
Fucking haters.
Yeah. Like, what if?
I
Yeah,
will
like, what are
always
you doing?
thumbs up or like or interact with somebody who's doing good for other people. There's
Yeah.
that woman in Uganda who dances for to support her 250 children that she's taken in as war orphans. You know, I will always like and support her stuff.
Well, if you don't comment and fucking share it, bitch, you don't do shit. So there you go.
I comment.
You
I
gotta
don't
like,
share anything.
you gotta like, comment, and share, motherfucker.
Repost.
I like and
Smash
comment
it.
on your shit, Jeffrey.
Smash that like button.
I'm just telling you what you gotta do for other people, yo.
Yo.
Yeah, when Jeffrey reposts my stuff on TikTok, I always get like, I feel like my views go up by like 100 easily.
You're welcome.
And how
Yeah.
do you say how do you say caramel, Jeff?
Camel.
Camel. I love
Caramel.
camel.
They haven't paid me my $400 yet.
Caribbean.
Caribbean.
Well, I'm like, wait a
Caribbean?
minute. I'm like the hooked on phonics kid, okay, who can't read and can't speak English is gonna do this shit. I'm like, wait, which one is that? I'm like, Caribbean. I'm like, Caribbean. Which one? I don't know which one it is. I can't read these fucking things. This is what people are like,
Caribbean.
do you know how easy it is to pronounce words? I'm like, no, I've never been able to do that shit. It don't work for me. So that was a challenge.
Well, at least it was only the school system that failed you and not your parents. Like this poor baby
They
in
failed me
Tel
too.
Aviv.
Oh my god. This fucking
Poor
story.
baby in
It's
Tel
a real
Aviv.
life Home Alone.
I
This
know,
is the
right?
worst fucking thing in the entire universe.
I mean,
I can't.
this baby was
But you
newly
know you
born,
enjoy it.
and the parents who had not purchased a ticket for their flight decided, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to leave
Fuck it.
this baby here
Fuck that
and
kid.
still catch
Fuck
our
it.
plane. I mean,
Did they
obviously,
really?
there was no skin
Was
to
that
skin
really
attachment
the
there.
story, the backstory?
No,
Oh my
that's
God.
The
what.
ticket.
Is
Did you read more about it?
They refused to buy a ticket for it for the baby, and
For
the baby was found. Yeah, well, it doesn't say he, she, for the baby. If we're going to be that way, for the baby, they walked through. They walked through passport control. They seemingly left their child in the stroller without even attempting to board the baby. He was just left, chilled.
No,
Because they
out of the
wouldn't buy a
stroller. They
ticket.
aborted the plane with the stroller, empty, with an empty fucking stroller. What the actual fuck were these people thinking? Like,
so what, did they just leave
I
the
just
baby
can't.
sitting on the sidewalk?
Yeah, like in the airport. Just in the airport.
How old was this baby?
It's newborn. It's a newborn
A
baby.
newborn.
So they just set the
Newborn.
baby down like somewhere, took him out of the stroller, just set him down, or was it one of the car seats attached to the stroller? There are details I need to know.
Things.
That detail isn't there, but
But I
the
feel
point
like
is they willingly left that child.
They left their baby.
That's kind of one way to say fuck you to the airline, right? Like, oh, you want to be an asshole? Well, here, fuck you.
It's your problem now.
It's your motherfucking kid.
They take care of my
Not
kid.
an iPad. It's your fucking kid.
Oh, the kid will be fine. They'll take care of him.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably better off without that natural selection.
Yeah, at that
Peter.
point.
Where's
Shit.
my Super Bowl numbers, Peter?
Oh, man. Natural selection.
It's natural selection. I'm like, damn, bitch. Like, that's cold. That is some cold shit.
Beyond cold. That's criminal.
Like
Unbelievable.
there was no skin to skin bonding. There was no nothing. It's like
Yes.
No,
I would have left my kids too.
if you can't pay your way, that's your problem.
You know, that's what I did, right? That lawyer who wouldn't keep. He just kept blowing me off. I was like, all right, I got you. Went right in the office with them damn kids and all. And his partner was like, I'm like, oh, I got time today. The kids and I'll sit here and wait. He was like, I knew that motherfucker was in the back room. Bitch, we gonna sit in here and I'm gonna let them tear this bitch up. I don't care.
I would have left my
Brooke, I don't think
you would not, Brooke.
You have 4, Brooke. You have an excuse.
Yeah, you
It's
can't
one
run
thing.
that many. It's hard to
man.
avoid 4 sets of eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At least the baby can't chase after you.
Not even that, but like maybe they thought like like that Switzerland thing where like people just like leave their newborns outside in the stroller like while they go like eat dinner inside.
Yeah, but they were leaving the country. They were going into a restaurant. There's a difference between having
they came back, right? They were coming back.
What do you mean
know?
they leave a baby outside in a stroller?
Yes,
It's
it's
like a known
not
thing.
uncommon in some European countries.
Like the cold
to leave
air.
the child in
So
the
they
They
got
leave them
such
out
a-
there
for
to,
their-
to get used to the cold.
Respiratory
And they like
system.
leave them out in the cold. And I'm telling you, in their stroller, I mean bundled, it's not like they're not bundled.
Yeah,
It's happening in
Like there are
America too.
pictures.
And they're not
Of,
leaving
like,
them
just-
out for a week. They're leaving them out for 20 minutes or an hour.
Let's
An
not
hour or
hey. Let's not pretend America is so cool and so with it. I remember seeing the photos of those baby cages people used to put out their apartment windows. That let's sit our baby
We
in
didn't do
midair
that.
and just hope for the
We
best.
didn't do that.
Yeah.
I didn't do
yeah.
Okay,
that.
maybe
Yes, you
other
did.
people did from fucking 100 years ago, but I'm saying we didn't do. I don't know nobody that put their baby in a cage.
I don't know any cage
did.
windows.
Oh, well,
I don't know
that's not
anybody put
true.
any baby in the cage.
We use pack and plays. I mean, they are cages essentially, but not outside hanging out from a window.
We paid for the drink package. Gotta go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Peter.
Non-refundable
Let's go.
tickets. I don't
Peter
know
coming
to tell
on
you.
air with us. He said
Right,
he
like
couldn't do it.
I thought the airport had free daycare. We'll be back.
All right. So if we're gonna talk,
Is that you?
That's mine.
Hey.
They're coming to get me.
Oh,
Oh, I
Here.
hope they're going to my mother's.
oh, stop. Oh my God.
Okay. All right, so we're at a consensus that is a bad thing, right? That's a bad thing to leave your
Duh.
newborn baby in an airport. How do we feel about leaving a 5-year-old with Alexa as a babysitter while you go get drunk at a pub?
That's a different story.
Yeah, again.
That I
Well,
can-
I don't know. I think it's similar.
Now, this
Did
is
they
this
have
is
a
a story from
camera?
the,
Was there a
This is
Bring
a
the
camera?
story
baby
from-
to the pub.
this is a story from Wales. This is a story from Wales. Okay, the child was sleeping. The child was in bed asleep when
That doesn't make it better.
This father and his girlfriend, who had been out drinking all day, decided to go to the pub, and he used Alexa to monitor the child snoring to make sure she stayed asleep while they were.
Well,
at
how
the
far
pub.
away was the child from the pub? Was the pub like
Still.
downstairs?
Is that?
All
Oh, well,
I've
okay.
got 2 words to say to you, Vera. Or a couple of words, actually, to say. Madeline McCann, tapas isn't that good. Like, you don't leave your child in another building. And go,
But if your child,
Tapas.
if you lived
Like-
above the pub, if you lived above
no,
the
it
pub,
was no. He did not live above the top. You know, like
Was there a camera? Like, I mean, yeah.
no. It was just Alexa
Was it next
listening to her
door?
snoring.
Was it next door?
There
would
is
be-
not
I
that
would
much
be
information in the
less
story.
judgmental if they just brought the baby to the bar.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember being a child, right? A little, like, even my parents will tell, well, one of them, because, you know, will tell you that when I was little, I spent most of my time underneath a table at a restaurant, or, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
my
Yeah, man,
parents
it's
did not compromise their social life for a sleeping baby. Baby learnt to sleep wherever baby was put. So under a table at a restaurant in a capsule, yeah, no worries. No, like, but I don't know about leaving them so you can go get on the terps.
No.
Like,
no.
Not
No.
alone
Not
at
5 years
5.
old? No.
Yeah, 5 is too young. I mean, no.
No, I was trying to find something redeeming, like Vera said. If it was downstairs and like,
If it was like
when
next door, like I can understand, like
and
my
they
neighbor,
had-
I go to my
if-
neighbor's
if it
house,
was
you know,
somewhere where
like
they could get to their
you-
baby in less than a minute.
right,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, I'm not.
Oh no, I
okay
see
with that,
smoke.
but I
You know,
mean,
like
trying to like, okay, I can what. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
you can't even get the words out because it ain't right. It ain't right. ain't right.
yeah, it ain't right. It ain't right.
Well, you just try to find something redeeming. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to like, what the fuck could they possibly have been?
How
thinking?
can we reason for this poor
How
man?
can I
But
try to defend these fucking idiots?
So
Like,
okay, listen.
No.
I just put up a video on TikTok actually saying that when I was a kid, my cousin was babysitting the 3 of us. You know, I have an older brother and an older sister, and me and my sister were fighting in the kitchen, and she like whipped her head back into my head and knocked my front tooth out, and I started choking. Okay, so I'm running up the steps to get my older cousin, who's
murder.
only 13, you know, to go get him to be like, oh my God, Chrissy's choking. And he's like, just cough. And I ended up just swallowing my tooth. Like, I was choking on my tooth and I just ended up swallowing it. Like, and
Did you monitor to see
shit
if it
fucking
came out?
happened. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
No. I don't even
The
think we
latchkey
told
kid-
my mom. I don't
The
even think that was
latchkey
like a
kids
thing.
live strong. We're like, yeah, that's
Like,
right.
we were fine. Like,
We survived some
You know.
shit, you know.
so
We
you know what?
survived
If this
some
mom
shit.
wants to go to the fucking bar to have a drink, go the fuck ahead. I'm sure she had a blast. And
You
the
know
kid
what?
was fine. Hey, fucking
I think
men.
there were
I'm
bigger
upset. What's my
problems though,
fucking
because
kid?
the only reason that this was discovered is because he strangled his girlfriend in their front lawn when they got home and the police were called. So I think bigger picture, there's some issues.
I suspect this father had other
That was like the
problems,
biggest
yeah.
plot twist
Yeah.
ever in life.
Plot
I was
twist.
not ready for that.
Did she die?
No,
Why did you
she's
wait
alive.
to tell us that part?
I love
Yeah,
it.
what the
Twist.
fuck?
I love a twist in the tail. Like, you gotta keep
Good.
it interesting.
So wait, he
You know, when-
strangled the mom on the front
Did
yard.
she get
No,
charged
not
too?
the mum. Not
His
the mum.
girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
The
Did she
girlfriend.
get charged with child endangerment too?
I don't know. No, they don't live together or anything like that. So
Wow.
don't live
She
together.
willingly left the child home too.
well, look, not everyone's
Not her.
responsible for other people's
She
kids,
gets
right?
strangled and a charge, bitch.
She gets
Yeah.
strangled. That's a bad end to it. That's a bad end to a day's drinking because she was out like having a time, then came home and then like, oh, let's go out together. Sure, let's go home. Strangled. Not
Right.
Did she
And
say
so-
just a domestic?
She's alive. She's
It
alive.
sounds
yeah.
like my kind of night, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right.
Jeff doesn't
I
mind a
would
bit
be
of
strangled
light.
on the front lawn though. Like,
I know.
you know.
I'm okay
In
with
front of
that.
me.
I like an
bloodshed on
audience.
Chanel before.
I like it when it is.
Oh,
Oh,
The hell
That's
hounds.
not me.
no, that's the hellhound.
Vera, calm your vagina down.
while
Something
she's-
like
If
that,
my
right?
vagina could growl like that, I'd have a
Release
lot
the
more
hounds.
company.
We're gonna release some pressure because it's that time of the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Vera Bears. Okay, V, here we go. 3, 2, 1, vent.
All right, kids. I was going to talk about Mr. Tyree Nichols today, but this being the first vent of the Black History Month, February 2nd here in the States, several things have happened since the 1st, which was yesterday. Yesterday was Tyree's funeral, and it was attended by civil rights leaders from around the country, and they all talked about what we need to do to prevent this. Well, how do you prevent racism? You know, how do we prevent racism? And then the right keeps saying, but they were black cops. This isn't racism. No, this is racism. Okay, what is racism? Racism is, and I looked up the definition so everybody could get it from the horse's mouth, antagonism by an individual, community, or institution against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial group, ethnic group, or skin tone. Okay, that's the Merriam-Webster definition of racism. And police overreach is racism. Whether those cops are black or not, the system has taught them that this is how you react in an arrest situation. You know, that you continue to shout, you know, stay down, and that the bystanders will say that the person was non-compliant, whether they were or not. But why are we talking about racism in Black History Month? Because of the death of Tyree Nichols? It's not just the death of Tyree Nichols. Today, the GOP, the Grand Old Party, started their nonsense in the House of Congress. All right? They expelled Ilhan Omar from the Judicial Committee. Well, they let Marjorie Taylor Greene sit on that committee. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who said out loud that 9/11 was a hoax perpetuated by the FBI and that Russia and California's wildfires were started by Jewish space lasers. Marjorie Taylor Greene is on that committee and Ilhan Omar is not because she said something anti-Semitic, like anything more anti-Semitic than Jewish space lasers. And Jeffrey's favorite girl, Huckabee Sanders, today was on Fox News talking about preventing indoctrination of our children by teaching critical race theory. Okay, critical race theory, listen to me, people, is a college course. It is not, nor has it ever been, taught in elementary schools by any teacher across this country. And at its very core, it's an idea. They don't want to teach ideas because they're propaganda, because they don't want to indoctrinate their children. Let's talk for 1 second about the very first indoctrination piece that I ever learned as a child. And I want you to listen carefully. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If that doesn't mean anything to you, let's say it again. With liberty and justice for all. Don't come at us to protect our kids and be anti-American if you don't believe in with liberty and justice for all.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffrey's
Thank
so
you,
excited
Christy.
about that. Jeffrey's so excited about that.
Jeffrey loves Sarah Huckabee Horseface.
Fucking her smoky eye.
Oh,
Smoky eye. We must say, it doesn't show up here, Brooke, but I turned on Facebook. Thank you for sending us some stars. So for anyone that is watching via Facebook, you can now send us stars and give us a little tiny bit of money so we can keep doing what we do. Much appreciated for people that have done it. We love you all. It's been real, kids, but we've come to the end of another show. It's been fantastic. We will have something for you next week. What that is, we don't know because it's not ready yet.
Same old shit.
But there's something brewing in the wind.
Day.
But you know what? Because we love consistency, here's our titles from 2022.
Oh, come the fuck
See you
out.
later.
Hey, McCarthy. Said it with love.
I'm out.
Those
This is
end
fucked
titles.
up.
You sound like an old school DJ. You're like blah 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 blah. The quiet storm.